The Life and Times of Ettore Sottsass. Ettore Sottsass loved to paint, but trained as an architect like his father had wanted. That didn't stop him drawing, though. He always used it as a way to think through his hands. He always carried a camera, too, shooting everything from walls, hotel rooms, doorways and kitchens. He wanted to remember and understand the world. But it probably wasn't his sketching, painting or photography that you remember him for. It was his design. He was one of the major forces behind the flood of design that came out of Italy after the war. His first big break was with Olivetti. When Sottsass came along, electronics was a serious business. The machines were large, cold and scary. Ettore made them fun, friendly and sexy. His Valentine typewriter became an iconic pop product and won him loads of prizes too. But he got bored with Olivetti and mass production and took off for India to find out more about life. What he discovered there was colour and emotion. He loved the way that even poor people wore bright colours and had bright homes. These colours stayed with him for the rest of his career. Later he went off to America and to the ideas of pop art, Warhol and the Beat Generation. He returned to Italy determined to shake things up. Even in his 60s, he was unstoppable. After a night of Bob Dylan records, he formed the Memphis Group. The group's fluorescent colours and squiggly-shaped furniture would make him internationally famous. Sottsass said, "Memphis is like a very strong drug. You cannot take too much. It's like eating only cake." Sottsass loved architecture and objects. His buildings could make you smile. His objects could make you laugh. One of his favourite objects was an Emico Navy chair. He was one of the first designers to use it out of its usual context. They were designed to be used on Navy ships, schools and prisons. Ettore used them on his luxury Amazon Express yacht. Other designers soon followed the trend. It was his use of the Navy chair that brought him to meet Emico. Ettore told them he wished he'd design the Navy chair. They both agreed that Ettore should redesign it, and that's what he did. Now, not many people get to see the big 9-0, but Ettore did. His last chair was even named after this monumental milestone. Its brightly coloured, friendly seats took its inspiration from his own Navy chair back home in Milan, with his bright orange cushion on it. As Ettore said, a chair must be really important as an object, because my mother always told me to offer my chair to a lady. We think his mother would have been proud.